coming here today Hey guys, coming here in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to properly build a stance car inside of MRT. Flex! So I'm not gonna lie, whenever I play this game, I see a lot of you guys that don't know what you're doing. I'm gonna be showing you guys the proper method right now. So whenever I have MRT meets or whenever I'm playing this game, I actually see some good stance builds. Before I get into this, hit subscribe on the channel right now. I'm close to 500, or I'm not close to 500k, but I want to hit 500k before the end of 2026. So subscribe right now and like the video and share it and stuff. Now, obviously, MRT is not made for building stance cars. That is probably the complete opposite of what you should do in this game. This game's meant for driving, racing, drifting, toge, all of that stuff. It's not meant for stance cars. But with all the customization, it's like, bro, you gotta at least build a stance. You gotta at least build one stance car. So we're gonna head to the dealership. I'm gonna find a good car, a good example to do this on real quick. Let's go.
Okay, guys, so we are going to be taking this Lamborghini Murcielago SV and turning it into a stance car with negative 20 degrees of camber.
This is nice. I like it. It's cute. Are you wearing a pull-up?
Who's pulling up?
All right, we're gonna be taking this older Mercedes SL. Which I honestly didn't even know these were in the game, but it has body kits.
All right, so we're gonna take a car that I already have that has good customization. E92 M3.
So I'm really curious of what this thing is going to look like. But we're going to take this old SL Mercedes and turn this thing into a stance car.
IS300.
So, first things first. Wow, it's got a V12 in it. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're going to head on over to the body kits because I'm actually really curious to see what kind of body kits this thing has. I'm not sure if it's going to be anything crazy, but let's just see what we got here. Okay. Yo, I'm not going to... Dude, I love this game. MRT is probably one of my favorite... Thank you. But as I was saying, MRT is probably... Wait, why have I had this car before? MRT has got to be one of my favorite games on Roblox, but it is so... buggy. The amount of bugs is actually unreal. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I didn't realize I already had body kits for this thing. So let's see. What does this body kit look? I'm not sure how I feel about that. I might have to make my way back to the dealership and find another car because this is... I'm not really too sure how... Yeah, I'm not sure I'm feeling that. Yeah, so you know, restart the video. Hey guys, coming here today All right, so we're gonna take a car that I already have that has good customization and stuff. Okay, that's not the right build.
12 seconds later.
All right, so restart the video again because I'm indecisive. And
now it is the wheels, and this is very important for when building your stance car because obviously, like I said, this game is not made for building stance cars. So I'm gonna just select these X-Sols right here, and I'm gonna show you something. I'll give you guys a little tip when building stance cars. So obviously, we got the X-Sols, but look at the tire. Obviously, for stance cars, you basically, I mean, you don't need stretch tires, but one, it looks better, and two, you can actually get better and tighter fitment with stretch tires, which is, if you didn't know, that is why a lot of stance guys run super stretch tires so they can get really tight fitment. But MRT does not have the ability to do different tires. The tires are already selected on the wheel, and you just have to, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, all right? So you have to go find the certain wheels that have stretched tires. Now, some do and some don't. You just have to go through and select them all. Like, for example, I think some of the small wheels do have a bit of a stretched tire. Okay, maybe not these. All right, yeah, so most of the wheels actually don't even have stretched tires. Most of them are just freaking big, fat, balloon, meaty meats. Like, lots of meat, like big meat. Like huge meat. Well, I thought that some of these wheels had some stretch tires, but I guess not. So I guess we're just kind of out of luck here. Bro, the day that MRT gives us stretch tires, holy crap, it's actually game over. It is literally game over.
I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this in a matter of...
Now, some wheels have smaller tires than others. Obviously, these wheels are bigger. So the tire is going to be smaller. So this is better for a stance setup. And these are some stancy wheels. These are freaking Leon Hardurt. I don't know what these are off the top of my head, but like obviously right here, the tires are super small and the wheels are huge. On these, the tires got freaking big meat and then small wheels. But you know, maybe since their new wheel update that happened like 2 years ago, there are no more stretched tires. What? I have not found a single wheel with a stretched tire on it. Now, I want to say these are sort of stretched, but not really. The lip is just barely poking out, but that doesn't even count as a stretched tire, bro. I've not found a single stretched tire in here. What are we doing? Same with the Blitzo 3s. Tires, it's got a bit of a meaty tire, but the lip is just barely poking out, but not really a stretched tire, bro. Holy crap, I'm actually struggling right now. All right, so restart the video again. Hey guys, coming here today. Because I'm indecisive and I really felt diabolical tilting a E92 M3 crazy. It just didn't feel right, and I know it wasn't gonna look right. IS300, this thing is perfect. Let's go customize it now. You know, one thing I wish about MRT is that they would put pictures of what the body kits look like and the parts, so that you don't have to wait 5 minutes for them to actually get applied on the car. All right, so now we got the car in here, and obviously I've not done any suspension. I just done body kit and everything. Don't know how to about that rear bumper, but I'm gonna paint the car. Another you know, suggestion, if there's any MRT devs watching, you know, the painting, you know, if you could separate, like make 2 categories, you know, like where I can just select all, like I can select all primary and then select all clear. You know, that would be kind of great. Or like make them 2 separate so I can like individually select them all instead of having to sift through and be like, oh, spoiler clear, crap, didn't mean to select that. Gotta go to this, you know what this red is actually cherry red metallic off of LFA. So I got like an LFA color on my car, like, you know what I mean, like nothing crazy. Also, we're going to make clears. If you guys want to know how to make clears, there's actually multiple ways in this game to do it. For this car specifically, since it has 3D taillights and stuff like that, this is actually, you just go into here and change the taillight color to white, and now we have clears. Other cars, though, you do have to go into the lights and then change. I'll show you in a second, actually. All right, so I don't know what happened with my taillights. That's not really clear anymore. Oh, you know what? It's the blend. That's why. There we go. Now we have clears. That's pretty good. And then the window tint, obviously we're gonna smack this thing out. Just absolutely blackout tint. Like, I don't want you to be able to see in this thing. Why is it working? There we go. See, look, it absolutely smacked. Cannot see in at. All right, so this car is actually coming together. This thing looks pretty good. But if you want to know how to do clears on a different car, because some cars have them in different spots, you go light color, you do the rear lights off, and then you change that to like white. So it depends on the car. Some cars give you the ability to do that, some don't. But I'm gonna change the turn signal. I'm gonna change the turn signals to clear when they're off. Because I don't want you to be able to see any orange. I honestly don't know if that changed or not. I really don't think that did anything. But some cars, that's how you change the orange color on the lights as well. I'm just gonna make it all white. Even though this is signal on, it's not going to do anything, but I still see a little bit of orange in there. Not too sure how to get that out. Okay, so I think the orange is just kind of stuck in there. But yeah, you usually do right signal and left signal off, and then that'll change it from the amber to whatever color you put it to. As well as the tail lights, you usually do brakes off and then rear lights off. Because that is what it looks like off right now, and they're off. It will turn the taillights to white. Sometimes. Maybe clears. Maybe. Just depends on the car. But let's actually get into the stancing part of this video, which is why you guys are even here. I'm just freaking yapping. Let's go. So obviously, pull up to the tuning shop, enter yourself on in there, and then there's actually 3 of these settings that you're going to want to buy. Depending on the car, some cars you might not actually need to do this. You need to buy this. You need to buy the suspension stiffness and dampening, because some cars do not get low enough and you need to utilize the stiffness to get it lower. But that is a maybe. You need to buy offset, obviously, because you want to have boo-boo off fitment. And then you obviously need to buy the height. This and the offset is the main one you're going to need. If your car, come to find out your car doesn't go low enough, then you use stiffness, which I'll show you guys how to do that in a second. But obviously, I'm gonna go like probably like negative. I don't know. I want a lot of camber. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if this is in degrees or not. That is a lot of camber, and I'm not gonna lie. Without stretched tires, this looks really stupid. But like I said, you got to make do with what you got. So I'm just gonna slam the car as much as I can here, and then we're going to go to the offset. And we are going to bring the offset out, obviously, because what in the world are we doing here? Now, some cars can go lower than others, obviously, because some clip, some of the body. It just depends on the car. You will see when you get to your own car.
Why are you this way? Why are this one I know I'm tripping for no reason.
So obviously, without stretch tires, the fitment is going to be buns. And also, what you see in here for your fitment is not what it is going to be like when you get outside. Don't ask what's going on with my brake caliper. So I couldn't tell you. I guarantee you, when I get out there, the fitment is going to be nothing like this at all. So I don't know if you guys also knew this. You guys can click in here and change the increments. I just learned that recently, so that is definitely monumental. It doesn't register, so you kind of have to come out here, spawn your car, and even sometimes you have to get in it and drive it for the suspension to actually work. But obviously we are clipping big time in the back. And notice. Look at how it's all tire. If we had stretched tires in this game, dude, this would be literally money fitment. But I have to bring it in and get boo-boo fitment. But this actually doesn't look awful. The car is actually insanely raked as well. The front of the car is a lot lower than the rear. So here's what we're gonna do. Watch this. I'm gonna utilize the stiffness method. So first things first, I'm obviously going to raise the front a little bit. I'm gonna raise it up like 1, but I want that rear a little bit lower. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move over to the stiffness method here. And dampening doesn't do anything. Dampening is like when you hit a bump and how hard it is. Like if your dampening is really down here, it'll be really soft. Hey, Daddy. WIDRN. Alright, chat, my fault. Side quest. Where was I at? But I'm gonna drop the stiffness about like... actually may have been too much, I think. But let's see. Alright, holy dumped. Alright, yeah, that is a little too low. Front fitment's pretty good. How close am I to clipping through the fender, though? I could bring that down a little bit more, I think. So yeah, so they're just trial and error trying to get this. But yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Let's bring the front down like a hair, or let's do, and then that should be good. We shouldn't be clipping. And then I'm gonna bring the rear stiffness up like 500. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, let me bring this. That is actually pretty good. This thing is freaking, dude, this thing is donked. Now, I'm obviously gonna fix the rear fitment. We are obviously clipping, the tire is clipping through, that just barely. It actually makes me mad that we don't have stretch tires because that would literally be perfect. But, okay, I can actually go a lot lower in the front, actually, now that I see it. But that honestly is even. Let's go down just a little bit more. A little bit more. Oh, yeah, see? Now we are talking. The car is clipping a little bit in the front when I drive. Maybe not. I don't know, the car barely clips in the front when I drive, but that, dude, that'll do it right there. This thing is on the floor, and the car is pretty much even as well. The front could maybe go up a hair, but for the most part, the car is actually pretty even. A lot of you guys just kind of dump the cars and call it a day, and they've got a super crazy rake. Like, the front is a lot lower than the rear, or vice versa, just because the fender arches. But, dude, I think this is, like, pretty good. My fitment is... Okay, sometimes I'm clipping, sometimes I'm not. Like I said, you make do with what you got in MRT. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you build a proper stance car in MRT. If you guys found this tutorial helpful, please make sure to like the video. If you guys want to see an MRT car meet again with stance cars only, let me know down below in the comments. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you very much. I'll see you next one.
This is nice. I like it.
Like it.
It's cute. Are you wearing a pull-up?
Who's pulling up?